Hi, everybody. It's Cassie Olberg from Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, and I'm here with our Tuesday tip. I was trying to decide what to teach everybody today. We have taught so many fun things, and I'm like, what now? So I was doing the virtual crop this weekend, and I realized that maybe I could have a little bit of fun going over what you do when there's a really busy sketch challenge, but it's not your style, but you still want to do it. So I'm just going to teach the sketch Cassie style and hope that this resonates with some of you. So I'm just going to bring this up, and it's very pretty. Some people do love to do the busier ones, but this is how I do it whenever it's something a little bit more than what I would want to do. Okay, so this uses up scraps of paper, which is a lot of fun, and I'm going to go over how I get organized and what I do and all of it. So let's start at the beginning. So I look at this and I'm like, oh my goodness. I am working on my puppy album right now. And here is Dee at her very first festival when she was little tiny and before she got her sister. And, oh, hi, Karen. Hello, Debbie. It's so good to have you here. Okay, so first I always start with a Fast to Fab page because, you know, I like to start with my bases being Fast to Fab. So I chose a page that has some elements that I might want to use. So if you look, this has a border here and a border up here that I can use. And I don't have to add anything extra to it if I don't want to. And I can kind of pull in the elements of the sketch. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to put a frame around here. So if I were doing this on regular paper, I might cut paper and put it down. But I'm just going to show you a real quick 1/2 inch frame that we are going to add to this page, and that will be our step 1. So that's the page we're going to use, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to measure over to 1/2 inch because we're making a 1/2 inch frame, so it's really skinny. And if you remember, we've gone over this before, that the measuring line is here on the side. So if I want it to be 1/2 inch, I need this. If I want the 1/2 inch, I need the front of it to be at 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to bring this down to 1.5. And now I'm going to cut all the way down to the 12.5. So it's going to just go a little bit beyond here. And then we're going to turn it. And you kind of have to guess a little bit for that measurement, because if you look, it goes to like 12.25. So I went a little bit past it, and I'll just use my microtip scissors to snip it out if I didn't guess quite exactly right. So we bring it over to the 1/2 inch. We bring it to the 1.5, and we're just going to do the same thing and bring it just past the end of the cutting here. Oh, look, and I nailed it on that first one. But it's okay if you don't nail it every time; it's still going to turn out just fine. So then you're going to bring it to the 1.5 inch at the front of it, and cut down again. Oh, I nailed that one too. Okay, we're doing good. Good, 2 for 2. Feeling like a rock star. And now we're just going to do it again. Bring it down to 1.5 with the front of it. So that puts it at a 1/2 inch cutting. And bring it down just past here once again. And voila. We have our frame. So then I'm just going to go ahead and put my frame down. So I'm going to use my wonderful silicone mat and add some repositionable tape. Around we go. And I could use regular tape or mini tape for this, you know, doesn't really matter. I'm just a repositionable tape kind of gal. And this is going to create that outside edge, and it saves paper. I mean, look at that. We're going to be able to mat with some of that. We're going to be able to do lots of fun things with that center bit. Now it is skinny, so I have to take my time and put it down. Of course, we know all about Cassie on camera. Gets a little bit nervous and goes fast. So we're just going to tell her to slow the heck down. Cassie, slow down. Get it right. There we go. And last piece. There we go. So now we have a frame on there, and the border's already there. So super fun. And now I'm going to mat my pictures next, because that's going to be the main focus for me. The pictures are always the main focus. So let's go ahead and get those cut into the right size. So this tells us that we need a 5 3/4 by 3 3/4 picture. So I get lazy and I use this because currently our trimmer does not come out past the 5-inch mark. And I take my my trimmer blade marked with a P, and this is what I use for my photos so that I don't dull what I'm going to use for my regular cutting. Thanks, Karen. Okay, so we're going to cut it at 5 3/4. So there we go, perfect. And then I'm going to cut it at 3 3/4. Let's make sure we're not going to cut off Andrew's head. So that's what these are for. Don't cut off David's head. Okay, perfect. So now I have that cut the right size. And now I'll come back over here. Oh, I'm going to switch my blade back so that I don't forget, because I don't want fuzzy designer paper when I go to cut that. So we'll put the sharp blade back in. And now we're going to cut the cute little D pictures. This is her first time that she went to a festival. So we took her to Harrisburg, which is just 45 minutes south of us. And she got to ride around in a wagon and get pampered. It was so much fun. So we're going to cut that at 3 3/4. And then here she is showing off to a little Girl Scout troop that was there. So that was super fun. And she made quite the splash all over the place. Oops, we're going to cut off David's head if I do that. So let's see. Cut that as close as we can. And I'd rather cut off the cute little girl's feet than my husband's head. I'm sure he will appreciate that. Okay. There we go. Hello, Sue. So happy you're here. Okay, so there we go. We've got our 3 photos, and they're always the main focus for my pages. Now we're going to take the paper that we cut out of the frame, and we are going to make ourselves our mats. So those are going to be a 6 by 4. So let's go ahead and cut this at 4 inches. And then we're going to turn it, and we're going to cut it at 6 inches. And then we need 2 of them at 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And look, this frame paper that we had makes perfect mats, and it will all match beautifully. So that's lots of fun. Oh, you know what? Let me see. I made these 3 3/4, so I actually need 4 by 4 mats. Let's see if I totally messed that up. Oh, we did. Okay, so I'll get one of them out of this. I did not follow the sketch, and I don't want to cut those pictures down any more than what I already did. And that's the great thing about a sketch, right? I don't have to. So, had I realized I had cut them a little bit bigger before I started, then I would not need to pull out another sheet of paper, but I did. I didn't do that. So we'll just pull out another sheet. Not a big deal. And I keep all of my colors in one of these folders together. And then I keep my scraps in one of these simple sleeves. So it's easy to pull out and find what I need. So not a big deal. I have extra. So now we'll just make another 4 by 4. And that'll just go into my simple sleeve, and I'll use it for something else. Hello, Lynn. Oh, this is exciting. People joining me. I love that. I always feel like I'm scrapping alone whenever I'm on these lives. So it really makes me happy when people join in with me. No, I didn't turn it to the side. 3 3/4. One little girl can go. Okay. So there we go. And I'm just getting these matted first because these are the main focus of my page. So I like to get my elements together so I know where I want things. All right. So now I have these done. And I can look at my sketch. And this just helps me with my picture placement, right? So I know I want to cover up part of the wagon here. I know I want to put this one over here. And now I can decide which busy parts of the sketch I want to pull in. So I like how it has just part of a border here and part of a border here. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cover up some stuff here and here so that I pull in that same type of thing. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some more color because I do like how many different colors it has on here and it uses up scraps. What I didn't love was that it had a lot of busy papers on it. It's just not my style. It looks really pretty on some people's pages, and I'm happy that, you know, I like to look at other people's pages like that, but for me, I like it to be a little less busy. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to add in my journal box because, of course, my story is always important. I want to cover that up, bring this up a little bit. And now I can go ahead and I can add in a couple of things that cover those things up. Now, then you just decide what colors you want to pull in. So we have this beautiful red. I'm going to pull that in, of course. And I'm going to pull in some blue. I love the primary colors in the My Life collection. This Life. I always call it My Life. Tracy, I hope you're not watching and critiquing my use of product name. Let's see. I brought the sheet over here so I could get it right. Yes, This Life. And I really love the tone on tones. That's my favorite part of it. Loved using those. So, hello, Nancy and Debbie and Rena. Oh my goodness, lots of fun people here. This is exciting. Okay, so now I'm just going to add on, and these are just squares up here. So there's all different sizes of squares that you can add in. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I made myself a straight edge. I'm going to cut myself a couple of these 2-inch squares. I'm going to cut myself a 1.5. So I'm just going to cut myself some various sizes from scrap paper that I'm going to be able to add in wherever I want. So here's some various sizes of this color. I'm going to cut myself some sizes for this color. Love my reds. And we're just using up scrap paper to make something pretty. It's genius. Whoever came up with this, love it. Love it when we do the sketches with Creative Memories. So if you're not part of the virtual crop group, I highly recommend that you hop over there and you become part of it because they do these every single month. And you can combine this in with other activities that you're doing, crops that you go to, and then you can get pages done. So, and this is actually where I get the majority of my pages done because, you know, I tend to be pretty busy at my own crops and I don't do a whole lot of cropping. So I really love it whenever we have a virtual crop and I can get some of my own stuff done. I didn't get any orange ones here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some of those. So I'm going to make myself some, let's see, I'm a little bit taller. So let me make one that's 4 inches by 1.5. And then I'm going to make some shorter ones. And I'm just giving myself some squares to work with. The fun thing about this sketch is that you can do however many you want. So the thing that I'm trying to pull in right now is the having just part of each of these there. I really liked how they did that. So I'm going to, let's see, this one I'm going to overlap. And notice that I'm just following kind of my own pattern, however I feel like doing it. And that's what you should do when you do sketches. Don't feel the need to do it exactly the way the sketch is, because that's what slows people down. You know, whenever you start to feel like, oh, it has to be exactly this way. It doesn't have to be exactly that way. It can be exactly your way. I love how these tone on tones in This Life collection are textured different ways. It's lots of fun. So you can decide which side you want to use. And let's see, I want a blue one here. Just stick that one right there. And maybe one more. Maybe this red one. This will come down. And really, I can't mess this page up because the puppy pictures are so cute. It's hard to mess up when you've got puppy pictures. So I'm going to put my puppy down. Oh, I want to put some along the sides. So I'm going to leave this open here and here because I want to keep that look. I love that look. And now I'm going to add some coming up the sides. And I might need to cut myself a few more. I'm going to leave some triangles of purple in there. So it's just a super fun way to have a very colorful, fun page. And look at that. I'm making a very colorful, fun page, but I don't have all of the busy prints. And to me, that is joyful. Let's see. Add this one down. And then I'm going to come up the other side. I think I need some more blue. Oh, look at this scrap. Look at that. It's like the perfect size. I just have to cut off this extra stuff here. Voila. I love this community. I'm looking over and I'm seeing all these nice comments. Thank you so much. I was feeling kind of blah today, but then I come on here and everybody's so fun. It totally changes everything, right? Whenever you have fun people to do stuff with. It can take you from feeling ugh to yay. Okay, so now I've added my blocks of color on. And now I have to figure out what I did with those pictures. There they are. Voila. Okay, so I'm going to add my pictures back in. I'm going to start with the big one. And I'm going to bring that down close to here, but I'm not going to cover up my border because I was purposely keeping that. And then I'm going to slide my puppy in here. I'm not going to quite commit that to the page, as my friend Heidi likes to say, because I'm going to put this down first and make sure it's how I want it. And then this one can come in. Cover up part of the wagon. Oh my goodness, she had the best day that day. She made so many friends. As did we. As did we. And now I'm going to add this in. And for me, this is the perfect challenge. And now I'm going to write my story here. I probably won't add any stickers to this page. I'll be honest with you. Because look, it's already super cute. It has enough going on. But if I wanted to, the sketches are amazing. They give you suggestions on where you can add them in. So that's it. I just wanted to show you how you can take something that maybe isn't your style and turn it into your style and have fun doing it. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. It was so fun, and I really appreciate all of you. Have a great night.